Hello everyone. Welcome to another lecture on reasoning ability and problem solving. Today we will do previous year questions for SSC in Alpha-Numeric series. So in the last lectures I told you that Alpha-Numeric series is basically an amalgamation of two words, alphabet plus numbers. And we had 7 types of alphanumeric series in which we covered alphabets, numbers, and symbols as well. Let us take a quick recap of everything that I have taught you so far. So the first thing I told you was to remember what are odd numbers and what are even numbers. Then I told you to remember squares of at least 1 till 30. So it goes like 1 square 1, 2 square is equal to 4, 3 square is equal to 9, 4 square is equals to 16, and so on. Then I told you to remember the cubes of at least 1 to 15 or 20 or more than that if you can remember. So 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, and so on. Okay. Then I told you to remember prime numbers. For the first 100 numbers. So starting from 2, 3, 5, so on till at least 89 and 97. Then I told you the concept of forward rank, backward rank, opposite letters, and loop. So let us remember these one by one. And I also told you a shortcut to remember forward rank, which was majority. Okay, where E symbolizes 5, J symbolizes 10, O symbolizes 15, T symbolizes 20, and Y symbolizes 25. So let us understand all these in details. So forward rank basically means that we assigned numbers to alphabets in an increasing order of number. So these were the alphabets. Let's write. And Z, right? These were the alphabets. So this is a concept of opposite letters, right? A is opposite to Z, B is opposite to Y, C is opposite to X. I told you this up till M is opposite to N, right? Forward rank means that we have assigned them number in increasing order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, so on till 26. Okay. Then I told you about backward rank. What do you mean by backward rank? Backward rank means we are assigning them number in reverse order, in descending order. So Z will be equal to 1, Y will be equal to 2, and so on. 10, 11, 12, 13, then here 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and so on. Till A is denoted as 26. Then I told you that the summation of forward rank and backward rank is always 27. Right? So this was forward rank and backward rank. Then I explained the concept of loop, that whenever we go from, if we have to go from one position forward from Z, we will always go to A. We will start again from the beginning. That is the loop concept. So I told you so, and I told you this shortcut AJOTI to remember the racks. So this is one method you can use, or you can also count it on your fingers. That will also help you. So after this quick recap, let us start with all the previous year questions. So this is question number 1. This came in SSC Serial Tier 1 on this date in shift 3. Okay, so all these are given for your references. We have to find out which element, which of the following numbers can replace this question mark. So let us start. I can see from 17 to 21, if we are moving, there's an increment of 4. Yes. From 21 to 30, if we are moving, there's an increment of 9. Yes. From here, there's an increment of 16. And if I add 25 into this, will I get 71? Yes. So I can see the numbers are increasing by 4, 9, 16, and 25. So what is the logic? 4 can be denoted as 2 square, 9 can be denoted as 3 square, 16 can be denoted as 4 square, and 25 can be denoted as 5 square. So the next number obviously have to increase by 6 square, which is 36. That is why it is important to remember squares, right? So if I add 36 to 71, my answer will be 107, which is option number 2. Okay, this is the solution. You can give this a look. So increment by 2 square, increment by 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, and 6 square. Okay, question number 2. This came in the same exam, same shift. We have to select the set of letters that will fill this gap to make this series a logical series. Whenever we get a series which has something like this, for example, if we have A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, and so on. Okay, if we get a series like this, then in this case, because earlier we solved questions where the series were going A, then B, then C, then D, right? But whenever you get a series like this, it is advised to break them at a logical position that you think is correct. For example, in this, if we break it in these positions, then I can say A, B, C, D, E, one logic, A, B, C, D, E, another logic, A, B, C, D, E, another logic, right? So whenever you get series like these that looks like this, it is always advised to break them into parts and then try to solve them. So over here, I can say there are 4 letters that I can say are recurring: K, L, only 3 letters, K, L, and M. These 3 letters are recurring. This series is made up only of these 3 letters, right? So let me say that M is in this position, then I can say K, M, L. But then there's a repetition of M. So this logic is not following, right? So I have to try and identify the logic. So let me break this series from here, and from here. From where you have to break the series will come with practice. So you have to do at least 50 questions like this to get an idea as to where you should break the series from, right? So if I break the series like this, I get 5 elements each. And this element looks similar to this element. So I can see K, I can see L, I can see M. So let me just fill this with L and let me fill this with M. So these 2 elements have become, let me fill this with K and let me fill this with M. So these 2 elements become same, right? We get K, K, L, M, M. Something like this in both of these elements. So I can say that after these 3, the series has started repeating. Okay. So 2 times K, then L, then 2 times M. Can we make a similar series over here? Let me try. If I fill this with L and I fill this with K, Will I get something like this? L M K K? Yes. And can I make something similar over here? If I fill this with L, this will be M K L L. Yes. So I can see that K is being repeated twice, then L is single, and then M is repeated twice. Then we move forward. L is repeated twice, M is single, then K is repeated twice. And then turn of M to come in front. M is repeated twice, K once, and L is repeated twice. So this is a logic that I can think of that is being followed. And this is confirmed because this series has started repeating this element forward. So if I have to continue the series, it will be something like this: L L M K K M M K L L. Then again it will start repeating, something like this. So if I look at these fill in the blanks, we have K, L, K, L, and M. Do I see it in any of the options? Yes. In this option number 2, we have K, L, K, L, and M. So let us check if this is the answer. Yes, this is the answer. So we basically break the series into 4 parts and then try to find the answer to such questions whenever we see a long series like this comprising of only small cased alphabets. Okay. Then this is the third question, SSC CGL Tier 1 Shift 3, right? So these type of questions I all told you that we have to apply individual logic. We have to apply logic to each term. So basically these are 3 series combined into one. So one series is C, H, M, R, and then we have to find out. Then one series is X, U, R, O, then we have to find out. And the next series is B, I, P, W, and then we have to find out. So basically these are 3 different series which is combined into one. This I told you, whenever we see something like A2, B4, the same logic follows, that these are 2 series that are combined into one. Similarly, whenever we see something like this, we have to treat them like 3 different elements and 3 different series. Now let us put ranks. C is ranked at 3. H is ranked at 8. M is ranked at 13. And R is ranked at 18. Okay. So from 3 to 8, if we are going, I can see there's a plus 5. From 8 to 13, there's a plus 5. And from 13 to 18, there's a plus 5. So we have to move 5 positions forward. If we move 5 positions forward, we will get 23rd rank. Right? And which alphabet comes in 23rd rank? W. So we have fixed the first element. Now I told you that whenever we solve questions for competitive exams, it is always advisable to follow elimination approach. That is, we have to eliminate as many options as we can in the beginning to arrive at the option quickly, to arrive at the correct option quickly. So I can see this will not be the answer and this will not be the answer. So my answer will be either option 1 or either option 3, right? And now I can see that L is common in both the options. So probably the deciding factor is whether the third element will be Z or D. So I can quickly jump to this series. From B is ranked at 2, I is ranked at 9, P is ranked at 16, W is ranked at 23. So from 2 to 9, if we are going, we are adding 7. From 9 to 16, we are adding 7. 16 to 23, we are adding 7. Now, if I add 7 to 23, I'll get 30. But do we have a letter on 30th rank? No, we don't. The letters, we only have 26 letters. So in this case, I told you that we have to follow the looping method. So after 26, we have to move 4 positions forward, right? So 4 positions forward will be A, B, C, and D. So in this, if we have to move 7 positions forward, we will get D as the answer. So my answer will be third, WLD. So I arrived at this answer without even checking the second series. Why? Because we used the elimination approach. Now let us just quickly check whether the L is correct or not, right? So from X, which is positioned at 24, we are going to U, which is positioned at 21. So we are going 3 terms back. Similarly, from U, if we are going to R is positioned at 18. So we are going 3 positions back. From R, if we are going back to O is positioned at 15. I told you this small trick that you can use to remember these, right? So from R, if we are going back to O, which is at 15th position, we are also going back -3. So from O also we have to go 3 positions back. That is at the 12th position. And at 12th position, we have L. So this confirms our answer. We will get W, L, and D. So option number 3 will be our answer. This is the solution. So first we have broken this into 3 series. From first we are adding 5, right? For second we are going 3 positions backward, and for the last series we are going 7 positions forward. So this is the answer, WLD. Okay. Again, question number 4. We have to select what will come in this place. What will come in this place. So again, we will treat this as 3 different series. So first series will have B, Z, V, T, R. And we have to find out what will come in this place. Right? Then for the second, we have R, U, then we have to find out, then A, then D, then G. And for the last, we have H, and then D, and then we have to find out, and then V, R, and N. If I'm going from B to Z, that means I'm going backwards, because if I go forward, it will be a big jump. If I go forward, this is a jump of 24 letters. B is 2, Z is 26. So there's a jump of 24 letters, which is sometimes which is not usually the case, because usually we jump 5 or 7 or 9. This is a very big jump, right? So we are going backwards, because from Z also we are going to V, V to T, T to R, right? So from B, if we are going to Z backwards, that means we are subtracting it by 2. From V, if we are going to T, V is positioned at what? V is positioned at 22. T is positioned at 20. So we are going 2 backwards. And from T to R, again, this is 18th position. We are going 2 positions backward. So Z is 26th position. So we have to find the 24th position letter, because we are going -2, and here also we are going -2, right? So 24th position letter will be X. Then let us check the other series. Now, I also told you that whenever we are finding a missing element, we have to make sure that it is in relevance with both the previous term and the next term. So if I put X here, it follows logic with both Z and V. Therefore, X is the suitable option, right? Now, if I have to go from R to U, I'm moving forward R, S, T, U. You can also count on your fingers if you want, right? So we are going 3 positions forward. From A to D, B, C, D, we are going 3 positions forward. From D to G, E, F, G, we are going 3 positions forward. So you can also use your fingers if you cannot remember the rank, right? So if we are going like this, that means we will go 3 positions forward here. If we go from U to 3 positions forward, we will get X. Why? Because U is positioned at 21 and X is positioned at 24. And from X, if we have to go 3 positions forward, we will go back to A. Y, Z, and then the loop will start. So A, 3 positions, right? So the second term will also be x. I can see only one option with double x, so third will be our answer, right? But let us check. From H, if we are going to D, that means we are going back. H is positioned at 8, D is positioned at 4. So we are going 4 back, 4 positions back. V is positioned at 22. R is positioned at 18. Here also we are going 4 positions back. N is positioned at 14. So here also we are going 4 positions back. So we have to go 4 positions back here. That is A. Sorry. That is Z, because see, if we have something like this, right? We go in a loop. So if I have to move 4 positions back from D, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Z will be the answer. Let's check. From Z, if we move 4 positions back, Z is called 26, and 22nd letter is V. So this also follows the logic. Hence the answer will be X, X, Z. This will be the answer. Okay. Here you can see we have treated them as 3 different series. For the first series, we are going 2 steps back. For the second series, we are going 3 steps forward. And then third series, we are going 4 steps back, 4 positions back. Now this one looks like an easy series, right? Small series. J is positioned at 10. M is positioned at 13. P is positioned at 16. V is positioned at 22. And Y is positioned at 25. So I can very clearly see that we are going 3 steps forward. How? 10 plus 3 will give me 13. 13 plus 3 will give me 16th rank. 16 plus 3 will give me 19th rank, which will be our answer. How? Because 19 plus 3 will give me 22nd rank. So it follows. And 22 plus 3 will give us 25th rank. So 19th rank belongs to which alphabet? S. So our answer will be option 2, S. Now this one. From 55 to 58, if we go, there's an addition of 3 numbers. Okay. From 58 to 64, if we go, there's an addition of 6. So I can see we are adding multiples of 3. So we are adding 3. Then we are adding 6. Then we should add 9 and 12, because we have to add 2 numbers, right? So let us check if it follows. If I add 9 and 64, what will I get? I'll get 73. And if I add 12 and 73, what will I get? 85. So this logic is following. This logic is correct. And if this number is 73, it follows logic with both 64 and 85, because we are adding 9 here and we are adding 12 here. So it follows the logic with both the next number and the previous number. Hence 73 will be our answer. So option number 4, 73. Again, number series. So from 87 to 89, if we are going, so we are adding 2. Let me write it over here. From 87 to 89, if we are going, we are adding 2. If I add 3 into 89, I'll get 92. If I add 5, I'll get 97. If I add 7, I'll get 104. If I add 11, I'll get 115. So the logic is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. And if you know prime numbers, these are all prime numbers. So what are we doing in this series? We are adding prime numbers into the previous number. So we added 2 to 87, we added 3, we added 5, we added 7, and we added 11. So we'll add the next prime number, which is 13, into the previous number, which was 115. So if I add this, I'll get 128. So let us check if 128 follows logic with 145, which is the next element. So the next prime number will be 17. And if I add 17, I'll get 145, right? So therefore, the logic is that we are adding the next prime number into the previous number. So our answer will be 128, which is option number 2. So consecutive prime numbers are added. It is mentioned in the solution. You can check 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and then 17. These are being added. This is the next question. Okay. So O is positioned at 15 and B is positioned at 2. So there's a decrement of 13 terms. L is positioned at 12. C is positioned at, so again an increment of 10 terms and decrement of, first there was a decrease of 13 terms, then there was an increase of 10 terms, then again there was a decrease of 9 terms. So I can't really figure out any logic in this. I can't figure out how the alphabets are jumping. So let us complete ranking them. Okay, I is ranked at 9, D is ranked at 4, F is ranked at 6, and E is ranked at 5. Again, I cannot make out any pattern in this ranking system. Maybe we have two different series, because okay, let us look at B. If we go to C from B, second rank, third rank. If we go from C to D, fourth rank. And if we go from D to E, we get fifth rank, right? So maybe we have something like this. OLIF is one series, and we have to find the next element. And B, C, D, E is one series. Because then the logic will follow. This is second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. And over here we have 15th position, we have 12th position, we have 9th position, and we have 6th position. So now I can clearly see that the position we have decrement of 3 positions with each alphabet. 3 positions are decreasing. So 3 positions will decrease and I'll get third position, which is C. So if I follow this logic and I divide such series into 2 parts, then I can clearly say that after F, because if you see the pattern, we are going from O to L, right? L to I to F. So normally we have to go from F to the next element, which is C. So C will be the answer. So if you get a series like this, C is the answer. If you get a series like this where you cannot figure out the logic, because 15 to 2, 2 to 12, 12 to 3, this was difficult to figure out. We could not figure out any logic that was being followed. Try dividing the series into 2 parts like I did. I divided the series into 2 parts and then it is easier to find out the answer. So the answer will be option 3. See here. O, then L, then I, then F, and then C. And another series was B to C to D to E. So after this, after C, we will get F, because this is one series and this is the other series. Okay. So this is a series problem in which 2 series were combined. Now again, if we get something like this, we have to treat them as 3 different series. So first series will be K, then J, then H, then E, and then we have to find out. Then it will be Q, T, X, C, and then we have to find out. Then it will be G, K, O, S, and then we have to find out. So let us put ranks first. K is ranked at 11. J is ranked at 10. H is ranked at 8. E is ranked at 5. So what I can see is that we decrease this by 1, then we decrease this by 2 positions, then we decrease this by 3 positions. So now we will decrease it by 4th position and we'll get the first position. First is A. Based on elimination, I can say these two will not be the answers. So we have to find from this option or this. So elimination has made my work into half because I have already eliminated 2 options, right? That is why it is important to follow the elimination approach. Now Q is ranked at how much? 17. T is ranked at 20. X is ranked at 24. And C is ranked at 3. So from here we are going 3 positions forward. We are going 4 positions forward. And if we go to C from X, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, and so on. Then how many positions we go forward? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions forward to reach C. So again, this is increasing by how much? 3 positions, 4 positions, 5 positions. So now we will increase it by 6 positions. And if we have to go to the 9th position now. Because C is ranked at 3, then we add 6 more positions, so 9th position. And 9th position is I. So clearly, my answer will be option number 1. Okay, but let us check for W as well. G is ranked at 7th position. K is ranked at 11th position. O is ranked at 15th position. And S is ranked at 19th position. So from G to K, we are adding 4 positions. Here also 4 positions. Here also 4 positions. So from 19 also we will add 4 positions. That will give us the 23rd position, which is W. So our answer will be AIW. So let us look at question number 10. Again, I told you whenever we see something like this, it is always advisable to break it into parts. Now, how do we break it? Now, I can see 2 W's, 3 W's, 4 W's. So maybe it has something to do with 2 letters, then 4 letters, then 6 letters, and then 8 letters, right? Now let us see and try to fill it. If I put W over here, that means W comes one time, S comes one time. If I put S over here, W come 2 times, S come 2 times. If I put S over here, W come 3 times, S also come 3 times. Then if I put S over here, W come 4 times and S also comes 4 times. So this makes a logical series. So our answer will have W, S, 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 which is option number 2. So option number 2 will be our correct answer. So here you can see in the solution, we have broken the series into 4 parts and then found out the answer. Now let us look at this series. From 17 to 20, we have added 3, but then we are going back from 20 to 15. So if I subtract 5 from 20, I'll get 15. Right? Then I can see from 15 again it is going up. So if I add 7, I'll get 22. Yes. And from 22 it is again going down. So if I subtract 9 from 22, I'll get 13. So very easily we can find the logic that we are adding 3. We are actually adding and subtracting next consecutive odd numbers. So we are adding 3, subtracting 5, adding 7, subtracting 9. So logically we'll add 11 now. So in 13, if I add 11, we'll get 24 as our answer. So your answer will be option number 1, 24. Again, I can see that 2 is being added. Then I can see that 4 is being added. And from here to here, I can see that 10 has been added. So this looks like again an even number series to me. From 2, 4, then 2 terms are missing, 6, 8, and then we'll get 10, right? So let us try adding 6 to this. So if I add 6 to this, I will get 1549. And if I add 8 to this, I'll get 1557. So 1549 is a number that can be logically put into this place because it follows the sequence with both the previous number and the next number. So our option number 1, 1549 is the correct answer. This is the solution. We are adding 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 10. So 1549 is the correct answer. Now this series, again, let us put the ranking, forward ranking. 1, E is 5, J is how much? J is 10, and W is 23. So in this question, I can see from 1 to 5 we are going, if we are adding 4 into this. From 5, if we have to go to 10, we are adding 5 to this. So logically, let me find out. If I add 6 into this, we'll get 16. And in 16, if I add 7, we'll get 23. So our answer will be the 16th position, 16th forward rank, right? So here the 16th position will come because then we can get a logical sequence. If the 16th position come in this place, then it is plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, and from here to here we are going plus 7. So then we can form a logic. So logically 16th position alphabet will come over here, which is P. So your answer will be option number 2, P. Okay. Now, again, if we get a question like this, we have to treat it as 3 different series, right? So the first series will be D, F, then we have to find out, then J, then L. Second series will be A, C, G, I, and the third series will be G, I, and we have to find out, then M, then O. Let us solve. So D is positioned at 4, F is positioned at 6, J is positioned at 10, and L is positioned at 12. So I can easily say that 2 positions are being increased over here. Over here also I can say 2 positions are being increased. So if I increase 2 position here, I'll get the 8th rank. And if I increase 2 position over here, I'll get the 10th rank. So the 8th rank alphabet will logically fill in this blank. So 8th rank alphabet is H. So my first alphabet will be H. Based on this information, I can eliminate option number 1 and option number 4. So it will be either HKE or HEK. Let's find out. From A to C, A is positioned at 1, C is positioned at 3, G is positioned at 7, and I is positioned at 9. So here also I can say that 2 positions are being moved forward, and here also 2 positions are being moved forward. So here also again 2 position, that will give us the 5th rank, and 5th rank belongs to E. So second alphabet will be E. Now let's see. G is 7th rank, 9th rank, M is 13th rank, and O is 15th rank. So here also we are going plus 2. Here also we are going plus 2. So again, if we go plus 2 over here, we'll get the 11th rank, and plus 2 over here, we'll get the 13th rank. Therefore, 11th rank alphabet, which is K, will come in this position. So the answer to this question will be H, E, K. This will be your answer, right? And HEK is in option number 3. So option number 3 is your answer. Again, But whenever we get question like this, treat it as 3 different series and it will be easier to find out. So here you can see HEK is the answer. We are adding 2 to we are moving 2 positions forward from the previous alphabet. Then this one. Again, we can treat it as 3 different elements or 3 different series. Let's write. For the first, we have A, F, K, P, and then we have to find out. Then we have Y, C, O, J, then we have to find out. And here we have D, I, N, S, and then we have to find out. Okay, so A is positioned at 1, F is positioned at 6, K is positioned at 11, and P is positioned at 16. It does not matter whether it is in small case or in caps or in bigger case. It does not matter. The logic will be the same. I can see that there is an increment of 5 positions forward. Here also we are going 5 positions forward. Same here. So we'll go 5 positions forward. So if I go 5 positions forward, that will give us the 21st positioned letter, and that is U, small u. So our option will have small u. So I can eliminate this option straight away. Okay. For the next, Y is positioned at 25th. T is positioned at 20. So if you remember Ejoti, it is very easy. I just keep repeating it so that you guys can remember it clearly. Okay. O is 15. J is 10. So again, we are going -5 positions, -5 positions, -5 positions. So we'll go -5 position. That will give us a 5th position, and that is E. So again, I can eliminate option number 2. Now the answer is between 3rd option and 4th option. So let us check this one. D is positioned at 4 and I is positioned at 9. N is positioned at how much? 14. S is positioned at 19. So again, I can see very clearly 5 positions increase, 5 positions increased, 5 positions increased. So I'll increase it by 5 positions, and that will give us the 24th position, and 24th position belongs to X. So small x. So our answer will be U, E, X. That is option number 4. So our answer will be option number 4, U, E, X. Okay, here you can see. Increasing by 5, decreasing by 5, and increasing by 5. This is the logic that is being followed. Here also, from 40 to 37 if we are going. That means we are decreasing it by 3, right? From 37, if we are going 43, we are going up. We can add 6 into this to get 43. Yes. From 43 again, we are going downwards. If I subtract 9 from 43, we'll get 34. Yes. And from 34, if I add 12 into this, we'll get 46. So I can see that multiple of 3's are being in operation, being used in operation. So first subtraction, then addition, then subtraction, then addition. So subtraction will be the next logic. And this is 3 into 1. This is 3 into 2. This is 3 into 3. This is 3 into 4. So logically, 3 into 5 will come, which is 15. So we have to subtract 15 from the previous term. So if I subtract 15 from 46, what will I get? I'll get 31 as the answer, which is option number 1. So option number 1, 31 is the answer to this question. Here you can see this is the solution. Subtracting 3, adding 6, subtracting 9, adding 12, and then subtracting 15. Okay. Now again, I told you that whenever we see series like this, we have to try to break them into parts. Now, if I break them at 3 positions, because the blank is at every second position, we'll get something like this, right? If I get something like this, that means F dash H, G dash F, H dash G. Then again, F dash H, G dash F, and H dash G. So I can say I can also break it from this position. So there are two ways to break this. Either I can break it like this, because after this it is repeating. After this, the series is being repeated, right? So I can see that 3 letters are being used, F, H, and G. So if I fill G over here, if I fill H over here, and if I fill F over here, does it make any sense? Yes. First F is coming, then G, then H. Then we move the F to the back position, right? We are moving F to this position, we get G, H, F. Then we move G to the back position and we get H, F, G. So it is definitely following a logic, right? So my answer will get G over here, H over here, then I'll put F over here, and then we'll repeat because the series is being repeated. F. So my answer will look something like this: G, H, F, G, H, F. Which option looks like this? This one. So our answer will be option number 3, GHF, GHF. Yeah. So as I told you, it is very easy to solve such questions if you break them into parts. So we have broke them down into here, from here, because this has started repeating. So we know that whatever logic we will fit over here will automatically fit into the second part as well. And further, we can divide this into 3 to get a clearer picture. Okay. Then this question. A is positioned at 1 and T is positioned at 20. Again, a very big jump. E is positioned at 5 and U is a very big decrease, and U is positioned at 21. So again, a very big jump. So just by looking at it, because we solved something similar, I can say that maybe 2 series are being followed. Let us try to find out if 2 series are being followed. Okay. So first series, I is positioned at 9. M is positioned at how much? 13. Then we have to find out. And for the other series, T is positioned at 20. U is positioned at 21. V is positioned at 22. W is positioned at 23. And X is positioned at 24. So there's a very easily we can see that one position is being increased, right? So the second series is T, U, V, W, and X. So the first series has to be A, E, I, M, and then we have to find out. So A is 1, 5, 9, and 30. Clearly, 4 positions are being increased. Here also 4 positions are being increased, and here also 4 positions are being increased. So we'll increase it by 4 positions. If we increase it by 4 positions, we'll get the 17th position. And which alphabet comes at the 17th position? That is Q. So here question mark will be equal to Q. And our answer will be option number 1, Q. So just by looking at the series, because there were so many big jumps and drop, and we could not figure out a logic that was being followed. Therefore, we checked if 2 series are being merged into one, and that was the case. Therefore, it becomes easier to find the solution if we break them into 2 parts like this. Okay, this is the solution. Then this question. So if I add 2, I'll get 47, right? From 47, if we are going to 53, that means we have added 6. And from 53, if we are going 65, this is also a big jump. This is addition of 12. So let us solve this in a different way. Okay, let me make a chart to solve this. Whenever we see a series that does not quite follow the normal addition or the normal multiplication, because we cannot multiply this also because there's not a very big jump. But later on, the difference between numbers is increasing because over here we have 20, here we have 12. So that means some other logic is being followed that we have to find out. Okay. So this is a series 45, 47, 53, 65, and 85. And then we have to find out. Fine. Here I can see there's an increment of 2. Here an increment of 6. Here an increment of 12. And here we get an increment of 20. If I look at these numbers, right? From 2 to 6, if we are going, that means we are increasing it by 4. From 6 to 12, if we are going, that means we are increasing it by 6. And from 12 to 20, if we are going, that means we are increasing it by 8. From 4 to 6, if we are going, we are increasing it by 2. And from 6 to 8, if we are going, we are increasing it by 2 again. So now I have found the logic. So after this, I'll increase it by how much? After this, I'll increase it by 2 again. So that will give us plus 10. And if I increase 20 by plus 10, that means that I have to increase this number by 30. So if I increase 85 by 30, I'll get 115 as my answer, which is option number 4. So let me repeat. Whenever we get something like this, where we are increasing the numbers, from here it is plus 20. Okay, so the numbers by which we are increasing the previous number is also increasing. So we have to find a common logic that is being followed throughout the series. So if I write it like this and simplify it further, we can get the logic. Because from 2 to 6, if we are going, that means we are adding 4. And from 6 to 12, we are going, that means we are adding 6. So from 4 to 6, if we are going, we are adding 2. So this is the simplest form, right? This is the simplest form. So whenever you get a series like this in which the numbers are increasing in a manner in which it is not clear, try breaking it down to the simpler form, because when we break it down to the simplest form, the answer becomes clear. So our answer will be option number 4, 15. Here is the chart. Addition of 2, addition of 6, 12, 20, and then 30. So this had a difference of 4, this had a difference of 6, this had a difference of 8, and this had a difference of 10. Similarly, these two had a difference of 2, 2, and 2. So when we break it down into the simplest form, it becomes easier to understand the logic. Now this question. A is positioned at 1. E is positioned at 5. I is positioned at 9. Q is positioned at 17. And U is positioned at 21. So I can write it like this. If I'm adding 4 positions, I'm getting the 5th position. If I am adding 4 positions, I'm getting the 9th position. If I add 4 positions, I'll get the 13th position, which should be my answer. Let's check. If I add 4 positions, I'll get the 17th position. Yes. And if I add 4 positions, I'll get the 21st position. So 13th position will follow logic with both the previous term and the next term. Yes. So 13th position alphabet is M. So our answer will be option 3, M. Okay. So let us solve this question over here. So over here, I can see there's an increase of 5. There's an increase of 16. Okay. And from here also, we are increasing 48. Right? So there's no clear picture as to what logic will follow. But if you know square roots, you can clearly see that 5 can be written as 2 square plus 1 because it is 4 plus 1. Similarly, 10 can be written as 3 square plus 1 because 9 plus 1. 26 is again can be written as 5 square plus 1, which is 25. plus 1. 122 can be written as 11, can be written as 11 square plus 1 because it is 121 plus 1. Similarly, 170 can be written as 13 square plus 1, which is 169 plus 1. So you should know squares to identify this pattern. 121 is 11 square. 169 is 13 square. You should remember these terms. Okay, so I can see that the number that we are squaring is 2 square, then 3 square, then 5 square, then 11 square, and then 13 square. Two numbers are missing in between to find the logic, right? So I can see these are prime numbers. So we have used the concept of prime numbers. And we have also used the concept of squares in this single question. That is why it is very important to remember these. So if you know the prime number series, you know that 7 square is basically missing from this. 7 square is missing from this. Only one term is missing, right? One term is missing. So 7 square is what? 49 plus 1, that will give us 50. Only one term is missing, that is 50. So our answer will be option 4, 50. So to identify this, you had to know prime numbers and you had to know squares. Because if you knew squares, just by looking at it, you can see this is 4 plus 1, this is 9 plus 1, this is 25 plus 1, this is 121 plus 1, and this is 169 plus 1. So when you know squares, you can simply look at it and tell. Also prime numbers, because 2, 3, 5, 11 and 13. So basically we were missing a prime number in between, which was 7. Now this, again we'll treat it as 3 different series. So first series will be A, C, E, then we have to find out then I. Second will be D, G, D, G, J. Then we have to find out and then P. And then it will be G, K, O. Then we have to find out and W. Right? So let us try to understand the logic. A is positioned at 1, 3, 5. Simply 2 positions are being increased. So from 5, if we increase 2 positions, we'll get 7th position. And at 7th position, we have G, right? And from here, if we increase 2 position, I is at 9th position. Simple. G should be the first element. Then from D, which is positioned at 4, we are going at 7 and we are going at 10. So we are increasing it by 3 positions. So let us increase it by 3 positions. We'll get the 13th position. And 13th position is M. The first element G, then M. So I can clearly eliminate these 2 options. Right? Let us check. If we add 3, which position we'll get? We'll get 16th position, which is P. Similarly, G7, K is positioned at 11, O is positioned at 15. So I can see an increment of 4 positions. Here also an increment of 4 positions. So we'll increase it by 4 position. We'll get the 19th position. And 19th position is S. Let's check. If I increase 4 positions from 19th position, we'll get 23 position, which is W. So our answer will be G, M, S, which is option number 2. So option number 2 is your correct answer to this question. Now let us look at this question. So if I add 4, I'll get 66. If I add 8, I'll get 74. If I add 16, I'll get 90. So I can see that the number that we are adding is increasing, is being multiplied by 2. So first we added 4, then we multiplied it by 2 and added 8, then we multiplied it and added 16. So logically we'll multiply it by 2 and add 32. So if I add because this was increased by 4, this was increased by 8, and this was increased by 16. So if I add 32 to 90, I'll get 122 as my answer, which is option number 1. So option number 1, here you can see very clearly 4, 8, 16, 32. So the element that we are adding is multiplied by 2 in each case, right? So this is the series, this is the logic that we are following. So this was it for today's lecture. Thank you so much.